I will now demonstrate how, by putting a shadow underneath this here, well, this pen's not working, yeah, there we are, putting this shadow underneath as though the light is shining from the top there, will give you the effect of making it solid, as though the sun is shining. You see there, it creates, instead of a monoline coming around and making it just a design with no actual formation of light and shade, this acts like a sign writer that will put a sign on a shop front in lettering and put the shadow on the right hand side and underneath the lettering. That makes it look as though it is standing out. You see, now this will make a little bit more without, and there's a little bit of shading in here, but you can see now there's a dense shadow. If you want to make things bright, you must have shadow. There we go. Let's just go. So there we go again. There's another part underneath here. I'm not going all the way around, as you notice. So it's not like engraving with an engraving tool, your graver, and just following the line around like a ploughing a field. You have to sometimes lift it out or create more pressure that will create this shadow, you see. Although the sun is shining down here, it's creating it on this side and this side. Sometimes we may need just a little touch on this side because this might create a shadow. It's a little bit of artistic license. We do sometimes go against nature, but that's all for the sake. See, this side here now is creating a shadow here. The light's shining on this side. Of course, it was coming down here, so the light hits this side, and underside here is the shadow. But you see now it is gradually forming itself into more of a sculptural effect. This is exactly what a calligrapher will do with a pen or brush. You increase the pressure on these sides of your lettering. The things you see, and now the difference it will make. So the light will shine from the top, and so we got the shadow under here. Sometimes don't take it all the way around because it will hit this side and leave this here, but we'll just give a little bit more on that area here. But if you continuously take this dark all the way around, it just makes it too heavy. So you have to think of light, it going into the light and coming out again. You see down here now, so we've got the shadow here of this plant stem going off here, so we may need a little bit dark here. So, and just down this area here, just take a little bit. But as you notice, I'm not going all the way around. And that's how we create it underneath again here. So, there we are, my friends. Just a short lesson on using your pen or your pencil, like your graver. So when you're engraving this, you can come back into these areas again and just give it a slight flanging or slight cutting here and here. You see that's there? So the light will come from the top here, and you will take a little bit under here. So this is what has happened to this side here, and from here, if you notice underneath again. So the light isn't on that, the dark shadow isn't on this side, it's underneath here, and it's not even on there, it's coming from the top. And that's how you can make your work look a little bit more interesting. And if you haven't got a tutor or anybody to tell you or to point these things out, it's quite handy to watch other artists, see what their work's like, or makes you more observant. I just went a little bit strange down this area because I'm under the video, which I'm not really used to. And here we go. So you can alter your designs like I am doing now from some of my drawings in my book. I used to work fast to produce more, and years later you come back and you have a little bit more experience, or you see things, and you become a bit more self-critical, and you can, like all artists, they put their paintings away for a couple of years sometimes, turn it against the wall, come back with a fresh eye. And in that period or that time, you may have gained a little bit more knowledge and seen and been influenced by other people, or just yourself. And then you can see your little faults, and you add to them or you take away. And well, that's what makes the life more interesting. This is what makes your engraving more interesting, if you can get more flexibility to your lines, and you get more understanding from other professionals, the good ones, of course. Not being too critical, but just because you're a professional doesn't mean to say you are the top notch. You can still have a lot of faults, and like most of us, we see other people's work and we're quite envious of it. No matter how good you are, you always see somebody that's got better ideas or something there, and you envy them, or you try to emulate it. The idea is to try to emulate what the person's doing. It should act as a catalyst to spur you on to do better things. I'll give you some more instruction on some of the scrolls. As I say, we've all got different styles, and that doesn't mean to say it's always the right one. You take your choice and choose what styles you like, and then follow the instruction. Stating again, always look for the best. You see how this goes here, light, and then you might see again something else you might want to see it there, but you think it needs a bit of darkness around here. It's just experience that does it. Well, there you are. That's just a quick one, just to show you, and hope it's given you a little bit more experience of what I'm up to. I'll say good night for now. All the best.